Good afternoon. This is Cheryl Hayes for EDU 611 doing my video breakdown of the action research done by Melissa Patton and Amanda Bowden from St. Catherine University. I am looking at physical activity improving executive functioning behaviors in Montessori children ages 3 to 12. So the study will be conducted in urban Montessori classrooms. The study is going to include Montessori students ages 3 to 12. I believe that the researchers' reason for conducting the study is to see if a structured, purposeful physical activity regimen of some sort will increase focus and concentration and attention of the learners and improve their academics overall. The specific population, I believe, was chosen due to the philosophy of Dr. Maria Montessori. She is quoted later on in the paper to say that one of the most important practical aspects of our method has been to make the training of the muscles enter into the very life of the children so that it is intimately connected with their daily activities. Education in movement is thus fully incorporated into the education of the child's personality. Everybody admits that a child must be constantly on the move. So that was from Dr. Maria Montessori. So I believe that that's why they chose the location as being the Montessori schools, and the population of ages 3 to 12 because their minds are more open to movement, and they need movement. Keywords that are listed but not defined: aerobic exercise, physical activity, executive function, cognition, children, concentration, focus, purposeful movement, and Montessori. So I kind of talked about the Montessori structure, but I'll also mention executive function, which refers to the intellectual processes necessary for goal-directed cognition and behavior, which develop across childhood and adolescence. All right, so that gets us through chapter 1. So in chapter 2, the literature review, I thought that the primary theories and concepts are the positive effects of movement on the executive function skill development with children within the Montessori environment. And also that developing concentration and focus at this young age will help children to succeed in lifelong learning. Some of the resources and theorists and people that are quoted and discussed in the paper, I loved them all, but the three that I will mention here are, first, Albert Bandura, his theory of social cognitive theory of self-regulation. He is my all-time favorite theorist, so I'm going to choose him. So he defines self-regulation as the child's ability to learn independently, self-direct, and think critically while learning. The second one that I will mention is from Dr. Diane Montessori. Again, the philosophy behind her theory, it sits really well with me, because I do believe that purposeful movement leads to the ability to focus and engage. And third is down here. There we go. Lillard. The development of executive control, especially the ability to focus and sustain attention, is key to other important developments, which I fully agree with. And trying to find holes, it was really hard for me. I didn't see any, to be honest. They provided researchers evidence-based practices, ideas from theorists like Albert Bandura, quotes, and the philosophy of Dr. Diane Montessori. So I really thought that I could find some holes, but I honestly did not. I didn't see any holes. I have to mention that there's also in the paper mentioned a study that was focused on cognitively engaging movement versus repetitive movement effects on executive function. So they kind of found that purposeful movement was more productive than just willy-nilly running around, if you will. So the research methodology, so there was the use of both qualitative and quantitative instruments. The research was conducted in 2 different regions. So they did an upper elementary classroom of grades 4 through 6 in a public charter Montessori school in Maryland. And they also did one in a primary classroom of 3 to 5-year-olds in a Montessori-inspired preschool in Denver, Colorado. So they looked at both of those classrooms and both of those age ranges. There wasn't really a list of materials, but I looked through the instruments that they discussed and saw that there were lots of like there was an organizational calendar, there's checklists, assessments, observation sheets, which the observation check sheets were done to just kind of see who was on task and who was off task. So the procedure, it was over 6 weeks, where they did different physical activities every day. And yeah, that's pretty much what I got for you in the allotted time. So, okay, I guess that pretty much goes over all my bulleted mentions of this. So thank you.